Good morning, students. So, today we will learn about dementia. So, we will start with the introduction. Cognition is that operation of the mind process by which we become aware of objects of thought and perception, including all aspects of perceiving, thinking, and remembering. Organic brain syndrome is general term referring to many physical disorders that cause impaired mental function. The classification of organic brain disorder to F00 to F09, organic including symptomatic and mental disorders. F00 dementia in Alzheimer's disease, F01 vascular dementia, F02 dementia in other disease classified elsewhere, F03 unspecified dementia, F04 organic amnestic syndrome not induced by alcohol and other psychoactive substances. Then F05 delirium not induced by alcohol and other psychoactive substances. F06 other mental disorders due to brain damage and dysfunction and to physical disease. Then F07 personality and behavioral disorders due to brain disease, damage and dysfunction. Then F08 personality and behavioral disorders, and F09 unspecified organic or symptomatic mental disorders. This was the classification of disease. Then we'll start with the history of dementia. Dementia was first described in a book about mental illness in 1883. In 1894, Dr. Alois Alzheimer, a German neuropathologist who has a particular interest in nervous disorders, described changes in the brain caused by vascular disease, now known as vascular dementia. The definition: dementia is an acquired global impairment of intellect, memory and personality, but without impairment of consciousness. Then the incidence of dementia. Dementia occurs more commonly in the elderly than in the middle age. And the etiology: a significant loss of neurons and volume in brain regions devoted to memory and higher mental functioning. Neurofibrillary tangles means the twisted nerve cell fibers that are the damaged remains of microtubules. Environmental factors: infection, metals and toxins, excessive amount of metal ions such as zinc and copper in brain, deficiencies of vitamin B6, B12 and folate, possible risk factor due to increased levels of homocysteine, amino acid that may interfere with nerve cell repair. And early depression, common genetic factors seen in those with early depression and Alzheimer's disease. Untreatable and irreversible cause of dementia: degenerating disorders of central nervous system, Alzheimer's disease. This is the most common of all dementing illnesses. Pick's disease, chorea, and Parkinson's disease. Vascular multi-infarct dementia, intracranial space occupying lesions, metabolic disorders, hepatic failure, renal failure, endocrine disorders like myxedema, Addison's disease, infections like AIDS, meningitis, encephalitis, intoxication, alcohol, heavy metals, lead poisoning or arsenic poisoning, anoxia, anemia, post anesthesia, chronic respiratory failure, vitamin deficiency, especially deficiency of thiamine and nicotine. Physiologic normal pressure hydrocephalus, metabolic endocrinopathies, for example hypothyroidism, tumors primary or metastatic, for example meningioma or metastatic breast or lung cancer, traumatic subdural hematoma. The types of dementia. The classifications include the cortical dementia, dementia where the brain damage primarily affects the brain's cortex or outer layer of the brain. Cortical dementias tend to cause problems with memory, language, thinking, and social behavior. Then the next is subcortical dementia. Dementia that affects parts of the brain below the cortex. Subcortical dementia tends to cause changes in emotions and movement in addition to problems with memory. The next is progressive dementia, dementia that gets worse over time, gradually interfering with more and more cognitive abilities. Then the next is primary dementia, dementia such as Alzheimer's disease that does not result from any other disease. Secondary dementia, dementia that occurs as a result of physical disease or injury. Then the stages of dementia. Stage 1 is early stage 2 to 4 years. In this we can see the forgetfulness, declining interest in environment, hesitancy in initiating actions, and poor performance at work. In stage 2, it's a middle stage for 2 to 12 years. Progressive memory loss, hesitates in response to questions, has difficulty in following simple instructions, irritable, anxious, wandering, and neglects the personal hygiene and social isolation. Stage 3 is the final stage up to a year, marked a loss of weight because of inadequate intake of food, unable to communicate, does not recognize family members, incontinence of urine and feces, loses the ability to stand and walk, and death is caused by aspiration pneumonia. Stages. In the mild stage is for 2 to 4 years. In this we can see the loss of memory, language difficulties, mood swings, personality changes, and diminished judgment and apathy is there. In moderate is 2 to 12 years. In this, inability to retain new information, behavioral personality changes, increasing long-term memory loss, wandering, agitation and aggression and confusion, and requires assistance. And in severe stage up to a year, gait and motor disturbances, bedridden and unable to perform activities of daily living, and incontinence and requires long term care placement. Then the warning signs of Alzheimer's dementia is the memory loss, difficulty in performing familiar tasks, problems with language, disorientation to time and place, poor or decreased judgment, problems with abstract thinking, misplacing things, changes in mood or behavior, and changes in personality and loss of initiative. Clinical features for Alzheimer's type personality changes means like lack of interest in day-to-day activities, easy mental fatigability, self-centered, withdrawn and decreased self-care, and memory impairment. Recent memory is prominently affected, and in cognitive impairment, disorientation, poor judgment, difficulty in abstraction, and decreased attention span is there. Then we can see the image, the normal person's brain image and the probable Alzheimer's disease patient brain image. Although there are some decrease in metabolism associated with age, in most patients with Alzheimer's disease, there are marked decrease in the temporal lobe, an area important in memory functions. Affective impairment, labile mood, irritableness, depression. Behavioral impairment, stereotyped behavior, alteration in sexual drives and activities, and psychotic behavior. Neurological impairment, stereotyped behavior, alteration in sexual drives and activities. And the diagnosis, following tests are used for diagnosis: cognitive assessment evaluation, mini mental status examination shows cognitive impairment, and the functional dementia scale to indicate the degree of dementia, and the magnetic resonance imaging MRI for the brain shows structural and neurological changes, and the spinal fluid analysis shows decreased beta amyloid deposits. As you can see in this image, Alzheimer's disease and the normal person's brain image, the difference between these two images. And the treatment modalities: tacrine hydrochloride, Cognex, and donepezil hydrochloride, Arcicept, NMDA antagonist, memantine, and antipsychotic agents like risperidone, quetiapine, and olanzapine is used. Antidepressant agents and mood stabilizers. Low doses of the selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors and other newer antidepressive agents should be considered. The nursing management assessment data for the patient with dementia should include a past health and medication history. A data to be included for nursing assessment is disorientation, mood changes, fear, suspiciousness, self-care deficit, social behavior, level of mobility, wandering behavior, judgment ability, and sleep disturbances. Speech or language impairment, hallucinations, illusion or delusions, bowel and bladder incontinence, apathy, any decline in nutritional status, recognition of family members, identify primary caregiver support system, and the knowledge base of the family members. Nursing intervention: daily routine, nutrition and body weight, personal hygiene, toilet habits and incontinence, accidents, fluid management, moods and emotions, wandering, disturbed sleep, interpersonal relationships that we have to intervene. And the summary: In this, we have seen the introduction, classification of diseases, history of dementia, definition, etiology, types of dementia, stages, warning signs, clinical features, diagnosis, treatment modalities, and nursing management of patient with dementia. And lastly, conclusion, dementia is a serious cognitive disorder. Altogether, dementia is a far common in the geriatric population. It may be occur in any stage of childhood. So, as a nurse, we need to get aware about the preventive measures of dementia and educating the individuals about its signs and symptoms with its treatment. And lastly, bibliography, and thank you.